Psychic Taxi assembly video. Here you got all the parts. This is the tandems, the side-by-side tandems. And here is the, I don't know what you call it, hitching post, I guess, where the rickshaw will go. And then here's the rickshaw box, which used to be a garden cart and one of those trailer bikes, you know, like where little kids sit behind, and so those two parts went together. And so it's super light because it's got these awesome 29-inch wheels. And what you want to do is get it into position and then drop this onto the post here. So it's a little kind of a tight fit, so slide it down there. And then the parts are all here in the glove box, in a bag. There's a bunch of things that you'll find really handy for putting all this together. And in this case, we need a washer, a spring, and the screw cap. So the washer goes on first, then the spring, and you have to push it hard.
Down? Wait.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But sometimes if one is seeming hard, because you have to push down hard while you're screwing it on, because you're screwing it on under the pressure of the spring. So you want to wind it down nice and tight.
Got it.
Yeah. And then now it can swivel here, so that's good. So now we've got it attached. And then for you guys, then I think putting on some bells when you get there with using some of these, you know.
Got it.
There's an assortment of these here for you, jack straps for doing everything. I will need one more. We'll need one more of these. I'll show you why. Okay, so next what we're going to do is put the seat on. That was recently cleaned by our very own No Pants, Peter No Pants. So the seat, thank you, George, just sits right on top of the back wheel fenders. And there are some tabs, which Jonathan, if you could show how there's slotted tabs here in the back, and the seat just slides back and nests under those tabs. See? So now what we're going to do, I'm not going to do it now, but you would do it at when you get there, is there's some eye bolts under here, and you want to run a zip tie. We do want zip ties, as much as I hate using them, you want this to be rigid and not stretchy. Okay. And so you're going to tighten this down nice and tight. There's one here and there's one on the other side.
So let me see that.
Yeah. So that's good. And then we've got the rumble seat. The rumble seat. We're not going to use those. I don't think they might be used in the.
Yeah, put them in the
So this is the rumble seat that was made by Tiny Pants and Ziploc, designed and made, and in fact, so well that I sometimes forget how it goes. But I think it goes here, and then these wood things slot over the.
But we're not going to put it on this time.
Well, they didn't want to bring it.
I know, but here's what I'm afraid of. You won't be around this all the time. It'll be sitting there, and 30 people will pile onto it. And last time that happened, it broke this. I mean, that was a long time ago, and I made a new one since then. It just is a little bit. It is weight sensitive, and when you've already got four people,
just don't break this.
just don't break
Okay,
it.
but we'll do it for the video. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
So for the video.
All right, now you know Jack's
When you're
opinion.
supervising,
So then you put these slots over, and then there's some hasps with carabiners. So then you would close the hasp and then lock it with a carabiner. And yep. So yeah, this is not ideally suited for super heavy weight. I think under supervision, like close supervision, I think it would be quite fine. But I would think just make sure to take it off. Yeah, if you're going to leave it. Yeah. Okay, and then the rings. So you guys, I think we're thinking of bringing just the rings and not the fabric, so you could maybe wind some lights around it. So the three rings look like this. There's 3 different sizes, and you can see from looking at the rickshaw that the shortest one, actually I think there might be 2 that are the same. Oh no, there is a really tall one. Okay, I think the 2, will you grab the other little short one for a minute? Okay. We might as well figure this out here. I think the taller one goes in the back.
You're going to edit all this out, right?
Oh, I think these are the same. So anyway, so these you can see fit into these. Peter, would you grab that for me? These fit into these slots here.
Where's the big one?
The big one goes in the front because it goes all the way down to the bottom. And so once you fit these in,
So the small goes there, the small goes back here, and then the big one goes.
yeah. And I'm not going to do it all the way now because I don't want to scrape off your fresh paint. But once you put them in, then just wind a jack strap all the way around it. The big one goes down here, Liz, so that's why it's so long. Yeah. So once you do that, then just wind a jack strap around to keep it from bouncing out. And it's not, they'll stay in pretty well, but that's you would use these then just to keep them tightly fixed down here. Yeah.
Cool.
Although I'm not really sure.
And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Then this is
And then let me walk you through the lights. So there's these wonderful lights. Remember me talking about at Burning Man how sad I was because I forgot the Sylvania remote. So I wasn't able to turn them on. There's a lot of different cycles you can do, flashing. You could just choose to do one
How
color.
are these lights powered? With these things, are they?
It's powered with a 9-volt battery or this 9-volt that uses 8 AA's. I would recommend this because you might not need to change it for both nights.
Is this an Amazon thing?
It's from Sylvania, so we got it. I think maybe Jack got them somewhere, maybe at Costco. And so these are all LEDs, and then the reader is here. So in case you're like, it's not working, bring the remote close to this reader.
Okay.
So this is how you turn it off, you turn it on, and then these are all the different ways you can do like fade or flash or strobe. Or if you just want to only do red, then you can push red. You can make it a little brighter here. It's not really that much brighter and that dimmer. So that's the LEDs for the bike. And I think best practice for any of these parts when they're not in use is to put them in a baggie and back in the glove box. So that's where I'm going to put them back there for you. I wanted to talk about these a little bit too. These are driven by 2 AA batteries here. And they have little push buttons that just are toggles. So you push once. I would suggest flashing because you get more battery life out of it. Okay. And what's nice about these is that even if it's dark, people can see the full width of what's coming towards them with these lit up handlebar tassels. These definitely look like they could use a refresh. We're going to leave you guys with a whole big bunch of AA batteries that will drive these and this. And then whatever you decide to do for illumination on the rickshaw, you guys will know because you'll make that choice.
Do you also have the fabric just in case we decide to use it?
It's not, I don't know.
Oh, no, forget it, yeah.
It's not washed, first of all. So what I worry about is I don't know how to wash it because it's got all those metal on it. So I think, and I think if you just use it dusty, everyone that sits in there is going to get sugar cookied with playa dust. Totally up to you. If you guys want to, you can certainly do it.
Fold it out and it's not all fucked up.
Yeah, totally up to you.
That looks really nice.
All right. I think that's it. So, everything else in reverse. There's probably, I do want to say if you decided you wanted to take the wheels off for any reason, it uses this special big Allen wrench.
Okay.
And you have to do it on the outside and the inside. So the best practice is to tip it up on its end so it's standing on this.
Okay.
And then that way it's really easy to take the Allen and take both of those tires off. So you might want to have one of those handy just in case you want to tighten it.
That's the skinny type
It's
pump?
yes it is.
What's
It's
the
a
name of that
Schrader.
one?
It's a Schrader.
So nice.
Thank you for asking. Yeah, so you know how to do that kind, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a Schrader. You probably will not need to. These feel fine, and you're just going to be riding around the parking lot. If you did, you could either drop it off when you're going there, or I think it's going to come in on the B, so it'll be right there. Anyways, there's a lock on here right now. This one is set to dong, so dong.
Schlong dong.
Schlong was too many letters.
Silent H.
All right, thank you for your kind attention about how to put this thing together. Bye.